Alrighty, we're going to be reading about Ant-Man today. I think the Ant-Man movie is one of my favorite movies, literally, of all of the MCU. I think I placed it in like my top 10, and a lot of people gave me hate about that, but I don't care because I actually like the movie. But let's read about Ant-Man today. The first Ant-Man was Dr. Henry Pym, who discovered the amazing shrinking properties of Pym particles and used them to fight crime alongside his partner Janet Van Dyne, aka the Wasp. The second Ant-Man was electronics expert Scott Lang. Scott turned to crime to help support his family, but was arrested and sent to prison. After being paroled for good behavior, Scott worked at Stark Industries. His wife divorced him but granted him custody of their daughter, Cassie. Scott learned that Cassie needed a heart operation, but her surgeon had been kidnapped. In desperation, he resorted to burglary, breaking into the home of Dr. Hank Pym and stealing his old Ant-Man costume and shrinking formula. After rescuing the surgeon and saving Cassie, Scott turned himself in, but Pym decided to allow him to continue as Ant-Man. Scott eventually joined the Avengers, but was later killed in action by the Scarlet Witch when she suffered a nervous breakdown. His daughter used Pym particles to become the hero Stature, later Stinger, and along with her teammates in the Young Avengers, rescued Scott by traveling back in time to the moment of his death. However, Scott returned only to witness Doctor Doom killing Cassie. Lang went on to join the Future Foundation, providing cover for Reed Richards when the Fantastic Four left Earth to find a solution for their decaying powers. As part of the Future Foundation, Scott gained revenge on Doom. Wanting to make amends, the Latvian monarch brought Cassie back to life and she reunited with her father. Scott then started a business called Ant-Man Solutions, working with reformed supervillain the Grizzly. When Augustine Cross kidnapped Cassie and tried to use her heart to revive his father, Darren Cross, Scott worked with Grizzly and Machine Smith to infiltrate Cross's base. Scott found himself fighting a revived Darren Cross while a surgeon fought to save Cassie. While Cross escaped, Lang helped to save his daughter by shrinking to microscopic size and entering his daughter's bloodstream to attack Cassie's white blood cells, thus helping her body to accept a new heart. Scott later took the blame for a supposed crime Cassie had committed. As a hero, he was put on trial. The case was thrown out when Darren Cross as Yellow Jacket used the trial to attack Scott. Cross was eventually defeated by Cassie, who'd taken on the role of Stinger. In the aftermath of the trial, she began to fight crime alongside her father. During the Hydra takeover of America, the regime forced Scott to work as an agent for them by threatening Cassie. Lang eventually turned on Hydra and helped the Winter Soldier free Steve Rogers from his imprisonment inside a comic cube. After spending time with the Guardians of the Galaxy, Scott returned to Earth just in time to team up with the Ant-Men of the past, Henry Pym and Eric O'Grady, and the future Zane Asgard to help defeat the All-Father Ultron, a version of Ultron who had gained the power of Odin. Dude, all of this just made me like Ant-Man even more because I had no idea that this was part of his story. But this needs to be Ant-Man 4. I don't know. They need to find out how to put this stuff into Ant-Man 4 because Ant-Man 3 was the worst movie. It was one of the worst movies of all time. Like, literally, that movie sucked. I would definitely give Ant-Man a 5 out of 5. I know my last ones have been 5 out of 5s as well, but I gotta say he's a 5 out of 5 for sure. Let me know what you guys think about Ant-Man.